Hey yo, what is up and welcome to NinjaGeek Games, and in this episode we've got a complete playthrough of Buffy the Vampire Slayer with the Friends and Frenemies expansion. Now this game was designed by Games and published by Jasco Games. As Jasco Games were kind enough to send me a copy, I'll do a playthrough for them and you. So Buffy is a 1 to 6 player game where players work together to fight vampires and demons, destroy monsters of the week, that leave clues to enable you to defeat the boss known as the Big Bad. The expansion introduces a new sideboard, soldiers, characters, with additional Big Bads as well. What I will do in this video is edit out any analysis paralysis parts so you aren't watching me stare at a board. Starting from now, let's take a look inside. So a quick overview of the characters in the Big Bad. Got loads and loads of characters in the game. We've selected Faith and Dawn Summers because we're going to play as two characters in this game. Faith's ability is a special ability that it's called the Big Hurt, where I can slay all baddies in her location, so she can put some whoop ass into all the baddies that are in her area. However, if there are any townies in that area, you have to do an event check, and if successful, you kill one of the townies in your area. So it seems that your ability is not specific, you just unleash hell on all of them in there. For Dawn Summers, she has the move all baddies in an adjacent location to her location. So I'm hoping that these two abilities can link up so that Dawn can move into an area, draw in lots and lots and lots of baddies into that area. And then this ability here can then be used to defeat all those baddies and hopefully saving the townies that are there. The Big Bad is the Master. Now there are a few of these and each one has an ongoing ability that happens at the end of each round. What happens when the Master reveals, and then these special abilities here, so that when it is revealed, you draw an event. Every time you draw an event card for these special abilities, you have to look at the icon at the bottom of the event card and do exactly what it says here. Now every time you kill a monster of the week, a clue token will appear. When you search and collect that clue token, you reveal one of these plot cards. You only do that 3 times because there are only 3 monsters of the week each game. But when you do reveal all 3, that's when the Master will appear. And then you have to go around and fight the 3 plot cards that are in play. Because every time one is in play, it is active for the whole game until you remove it from the game by fighting the Big Bad, which then will reduce its health, essentially, for winning the game. So these are the cards now, and we're going to take a look at the board that's been set up already. So I've already set the game up. We are playing a solo game with 2 characters. We are playing as Faith and Dawn. We have the outskirts board from the Friends and Frenemies expansion. The capture track at the top there, if that gets filled with demons from soldiers capturing them, we lose the game, as well as having townies and wounds on the apocalypse track. For the setup, there are some differences as well with the expansion. Normally you will draw 1 event card per player for the setup that tells you where to place baddies and townies at the start of the game. With the Friends and Frenemies, you will also draw 1 military action card per player to place soldiers and or baddies as well. We've already done that. Our Big Bad is the Master, and our first monster of the week is Null, who starts here, where we need stakes and weapons to attack them. Once we've killed 3 monsters of the week and discovered the clues they leave behind, a plot card is revealed for each. When we have 3 plot cards revealed, the Big Bad makes an appearance. What I've done, because I want to try and show you a full game, because it is quite a challenging game, I've started with some rule variants to make the game slightly easier. So each character starts with an artifact. They don't normally do that in a standard game, but Faith has drawn the Hungermonger, which monsters require 1 less weapon to defeat, and I can discard that instead of a weapons to fight the Big Bad. Dawn has started with the Holy Bible, where monsters of the week require 1 less holy water to defeat, and she can also discard that when she's fighting a Big Bad. The other thing we're going to do to make the game slightly easier for this video is any soldiers that are killed also get placed on the apocalypse track, and they can't be removed, just like the townies. For this game, as the rule suggests, we can place them into the draw area instead, so they don't go on the apocalypse track. So we're going to start first. The first thing we're going to do is Faith is the first player. She has 4 actions, and you can search, fight, use a location ability or move, or you can use a special ability, and we'll discuss that as it pops up. So the first thing Faith is going to do is she will move to the mansion up here. Dawn's first action, she will move over to the military compound. That's her first action. When you do move, you can move to any location on the board. For Faith's second action, she's going to use this ability here and draw 2 garlic cards from the item deck. So you take the deck, find what you're looking for. That can get placed here. Now, because it is a 2-player game, our hand size is increased to 4, and they get placed back here. So that was Faith's second action. For Dawn, she is going to use the look ability here, where she can remove 2 soldiers from 1 location or 1 soldier from 2 locations. So she will move this one, and she will move this soldier as well. So that's her second action. So Faith is now going to move to where the monster of the week is and attempt to fight. I think Dawn is going to move to here. Okay, back to Faith. Now she only has her special ability left, but if you don't want to use your special ability, you can use any of the basic actions, although the game does class it as using a special ability. So for her 4th action, she's going to attempt to attack the monster of the week. Now they require stakes and weapons. We have stakes, and this can be used as a weapon without discarding it. So we place the stakes up there. I then have to draw an event card, and hoping I get this eye symbol or the cross or that ankh symbol. Okay, we have the triangle symbol, which matches this symbol here. So we've successfully defeated the monster of the week. So first thing we need to do is place a clue token there. Draw the second monster of the week, which is Kakistos, the father, who starts at Rosedale Cemetery. They require stakes and garlic. Luckily, I've got the garlic here from the previous turn. And their special ability says any characters wounded by this big bad must discard 1 item card if possible. Now, because it was a special ability we used, we have to draw an event card and follow it through. So a vampire lurks at Sunnydale High. Vampire's going to school. A townie needs help at Sunnydale Cemetery, which is not great, because we have now 2 vampires with 2 townies that will get placed on the apocalypse trap. It says here, if there are currently at least 1 character sharing a location with a baddie, choose that character to become evil. There aren't any. We're safe, so we can remove this card. We then have to draw a military event. This is part of the expansion rules. This is why the game becomes more challenging, because you get twice as many events, twice as many things spawning. So this says a soldier assaults the mansion here. We have a demon in play. They're at Sunnydale Port. And replace any 1 townie in the outskirts with a soldier. So place a soldier here. Now for Dawn's final action. Now she's in an area with a soldier, which is going to cause her a wound. Wounds can be healed. I could move her out the way to keep her safe. However, we have townies here, and these vampires are going to kill our townies, because vampires suck. Excuse the pun. So what we'll do is we use the special ability, and it shows the special ability symbol here, so we can slay any 2 baddies. So I think they're going to have to be these 2 baddies to keep those townies safe. Again, because it's a special ability, we draw an event. This is the thing, is you can destroy as many baddies as you like, but each round you are going to be drawing 2 cards each for special action. So this one here says a vampire lurks at the bronze. So you will become overrun at some point. A townie at City Hall. If there are currently at least one character sharing a location with another character, they become evil. There aren't because we are separated. Military action. A soldier assaults Rosedale Cemetery. And a demon terrorizes the military compound over here. A soldier assaults a location with the most baddies. If there's a tie, choose. So take another soldier. Where is the most baddies? It's most likely going to be here. So that's all the actions done. And I know I killed a few baddies, but then we've had a few more pop up. So the first thing we need to do is the monster of the week activates. And what he's going to do is kill a soldier. Now these soldiers normally would get placed on the apocalypse track, but we're playing a slightly easier version. The next thing to do is they'll move. So they'll move to here. They have to move to the closest townie that's unprotected or protected. There's a soldier there, and soldiers are treated as, or actually it wouldn't, because there's a soldier there, so it treats soldiers as townies, so they stay there. Next thing we do is baddies move. So you look for any baddies sharing a location with a soldier, townie, or character. We have a vampire here. They will kill the soldier. And then all the baddies will move. They've already activated. So the demons will move to here. And we don't want demons with soldiers. And then we can move to here. Now any soldiers that didn't cause a wound or capture a demon get removed from the game. One thing I have forgotten to do is this soldier is with Dawn, so this soldier should have caused Dawn a wound, which you'll do now. Then we look at the big bad special ability, and it says a vampire lurks at each location containing a clue. So there's the vampire there. And then we have to look at all these icons on the board and see if any activate. This one doesn't. After a monster activation, if there are unprotected townies here, move on to the catacombs. So it moves to here. This one doesn't activate, that one doesn't activate, and that one there says that a demon will spawn if there's no demons there. So again, we're already overrun with monsters, so we have to try and get rid of those quickly. So first player becomes Dawn. First thing Dawn will do is she can use her rabbit's foot as an action to rescue a soldier. So we can remove that soldier, even though soldiers aren't really our friends. We don't want them capturing demons. First thing Faith will do, she's going to fight. To stun this vampire. So I need this clue. Back to Dawn. Dawn will move to here. So that'll be her second action. For Faith's second action, she's going to discover this clue. Now it does two things. One, it means we're closer to revealing the master, which means we can win the game. But it also draws a plot card, and these are pretty nasty. So this one here says, at the end of each round, I spawn a vampire at Hellmouth, the Crypt, or the Catacombs, and I can choose. But this is one of the requirements to kill the big bad when they become active. And I'll stick them up here so we can see the cards as we're playing. So what Dawn is going to do for her third action is her special ability, and she can move all baddies in adjacent locations to her locations. So she's going to move all three demons there. And again, we have to draw, so this is going to spawn more. Oh, wrong card. I'll discard that one. So an event card. The vampire lurks at Summer's residence. The townie needs help at the mansion here. Place this card beside the game board. Until the end of the round, Summer's residence cannot be activated, and Summer's residence lets us heal some wounds from here. So we will keep that here as a reminder. We have to draw a military action as well. A soldier assaults Westfield Cemetery, which is up here. A demon terrorizes Miller's Woods, which is here. And if there's currently at least one soldier sharing a location with a character, add one wound. We haven't. The next action for Faith is she's going to move to here as well. What can Dawn do for her final action? Dawn will move all the way over here to Sunnydale High. One thing I haven't mentioned is that when the baddies move, those on the outskirts will only move in the outskirts. They won't cross over, and likewise soldiers and baddies here will not go into the outskirts because there's no connecting arrows there. So it's Faith's final turn. Now she has a special ability that she can, it's called the Big Hurt, and she can slay all baddies at her locations. This is why I moved her here, so she can slay 3 of these. So she can get rid of those. And again, because it's a special ability, we have to draw an event card, which means that the demon we killed comes here, and unfortunately it's on a townie. A townie comes to here, so they're also going to die. And place this card beside the game board until the end of the round. Hellmouth cannot be activated. So, but it's the last turn anyway, so we can get rid of that card. So we now need military action, a soldier here, a demon there. There's currently at least 1 soldier sharing a location with a demon, add 1 demon to the capture track. There are no soldiers with demons on them, so we ignore that. Right, so the first thing is the big bad will now activate, and they will kill this townie. Townie goes here. Now these can't be removed. Then the soldiers will activate. There are no soldiers with captures, so they move on. Now all the baddies will move and activate. So this townie again gets killed by this demon. And then what happens is all the big bads will move, and we can choose where they move to, but it's got to be an adjacent location. So I'm going to move the vampires here. This one has to move here. This demon will move 2 to the nearest townie. And these 2 will move here. Now the big bad didn't move either, so they should have moved to there during their turn. Now we follow the big bad's ability, which is a vampire spawn's location. We don't have a clue because we found it, and the big bad is still on the board. But there is a plot here that says at the end of the round, spawn 1 vampire at either the Hellmouth Crypt or the Catacombs. So I think I will place it in the crypt. And then I need to see if any of these activate. And they don't, except for the demon location here. And then rescue any townies. I can rescue this townie because there are no vampires. And this gets flipped over, and that's the end of the next round. So what I think I'm going to do for this round is Faith is going to focus on killing this guy. Sorry, it's Faith's turn. She's going to move all the way over to here. That'll be her first action. Dawn will move to here. That'll be her first action. Faith is going to try and attack the monster of the week, where I need garlic and a steak. So I have the garlic, so I get rid of that. I now need to, I've got the weapons here, and I need to get the star or the Eye of Horus symbol. I've got the star symbol, so we are good to go. So this gets removed. Our second clue token gets placed. Our last monster of the week is Dr. Kinderstod. They appear at Summer's residence, which is exactly where I didn't want them. A character can only slay this monster of the week if it's their last action of the round. So Dawn's go. Now I need to get these away. So Dawn's going to use her special ability, and she is going to move all baddies to an adjacent location, so she has to move them from an adjacent location into her location. However, because it's a special ability, an event card. So a vampire lurks at someone's residence. So it looks like there's a party going on at someone's residence, but we're not invited. A townie down here. Move a vampire towards the nearest townie. I can choose which one, so I'm going to move this vampire over here. Military action. A soldier assaults the overland charters, so he's going to come by bus. A vampire will lurk at Kingsman's Bluff. If there are any characters in the Sunnydale outskirts, add one demon to their locations. There aren't, so we are safe there. So I need holy water and a magical item, so I can get here for the magical item, but I need to get some townies off the board. So what I'm going to do here, I think Dawn is going to move to this area with her third action. Faith will, well, she might as well use her special ability to slay this vampire. Because it's a special ability, we will activate a vampire at the magic box. Well, I was going to go there, so that's lucky I didn't. And a townie over at the vineyards. Place this card beside the game board. In fact, we need to get rid of this one first. Place this card beside the game board. Until the end of the round, someone's residence cannot be activated. Well, I don't think I'm going there anyway. I wouldn't be welcome, so I'm certainly going to go there and activate. And if I did, I can remove 2 wounds, and I've only got 1 on the track, so I'm quite happy with that. Military action, a soldier assaults the woods. Now this isn't brilliant because the soldier will capture that demon, and a vampire lurks at Sunnydale Port, which is down here. If there are any soldiers adjacent to 1 or more demons, they move into the demon's location. What I'm going to do here is just fiddle the system, because you can choose, in an ideal world that will go there, but the rules state that you can decide where they move, so you can, it's not going to be so detrimental to you. So that is the nearest, and so is that. So I'm going to move this one here, so that only 1 gets into the capture track at the end of the round. So that was Faith's turn. Dawn is going to, she's going to use this here, and she will draw, she's already got holy water there, and I need 1 there, and I need 1 there, so I'm going to take 2 holy water, so she can take 2 holy water. Give this a quick shuffle. What you are supposed to do is at the end of each round shuffle all of these back into here, which I've forgotten to do, but that hasn't hindered me so far, so I'll do that in the next round. And Faith's last action, she will take this clue token. Second plot comes up, and this is anytime a townie is killed in a location containing a vampire, I spawn a vampire. Now I need 2 stakes for that one. So all we need now is for this one to go, and the big bad turns up. So what happens first? The monster of the week will activate, and we'll move him to here. I'm going to try and filter them all across actually. So actually I'm going to go here. Soldiers will activate, and this is where I kind of fiddle the system. So this demon gets captured by this one, but this one doesn't activate, so he disappears. Had I put him there, I would have actually captured another demon. Now all the baddies activate. There are no baddies with any townies, so we're safe there. So they'll all move towards a soldier character or a townie. So these 2 will move towards this soldier. I'm going to put these here. This one will move here. I'm going to pull all these together because I'm going to come and use my special ability here if I can to slay all these baddies. So that's it. I activate these, none of these will activate. There's already a demon there, so that doesn't activate. Vampire from here will spawn, and we are going to spawn that here. And then we have to do these as well. At the end of each round, spawn one vampire either at... Sorry, that one there was the clue token, so there's nothing. This one here is this one, and this one here is anytime a townie is killed in any location containing at least one vampire spawn, we don't do that. So rescuing townies, just this one gets rescued. And we look like we're good to go, so we need to shuffle these back into the deck. Dawn becomes the first player. Right, so all the vampires and baddies have moved from Summer's residence. They were kicked out for the party they had, and they've now moved on to City Hall. So the first thing Dawn's going to do, she's going to fight, but she's going to use her special ability to rescue a townie. Faith is going to... She will move to here. Dawn's second action, she's going to move to the magic box. I need some magic supplies for the monster of the week. So Faith's already had an action. So it's Faith's second action now. She's actually going to use her special ability, and she's going to slay all baddies in the location. One thing I did forget to do when I used that in a previous turn here was that I have to draw an event card, and if I draw an anchor and eye symbol, I have to kill a townie at my location. I've drawn a hex. I am safe. But I do have to do these. So vampire lurks. Guess where? City Hall. A demon terrorizes the bronze. All characters with items must discard one item unless a character shuffles an artifact back into the deck. I'm going to keep my artifact, so I will get rid of that and that. Military action. A soldier assaults the port. This can actually go, because that was used. That was for the last turn. A soldier, another one, at the military compound up here. If there's currently at least one soldier sharing a location with a demon, I add it to the capture track. So I have to add that to there. You can get rid of them here. So for Dawn Summer's third action, she's going to use the location ability of the magic box and draw 2 magic items. Now she already has 3, and we need water, so I'll keep one and discard the other. I think then for Faith's third action, she's going to use the ability to stun the vampire. Dawn is then going to move with her special ability into this location. She can give items to Faith as a free action, so she'll do that. And because of that, we now need to draw event cards. So we have a vampire lurks at Summer's residence. A townie needs help in the mansion. Move one vampire towards the nearest townie is the ability of the card. I will move this vampire here. We then have to draw a military action card, which a soldier assaults Kingsman's Bluff and the port. Move one soldier towards the nearest demon. That's the ability there. So I'm going to move this soldier to here because it looks like that demon's getting caught anyway. Final action for Faith. She's going to fight the big bad. So we have to discard holy water and magic supplies. We then have to draw a card and we have to get a hex, or the triangle symbol with the eye. So event cards drawn. We get a triangle circle. We have succeeded. Now, it hasn't happened in this game, but there are points when you draw a card that don't match. We've been quite lucky. If that does happen, you can willingly discard one of your action tokens to pass that test, which counts as defeating that monster of the week. And then you'll run around with 3 actions, and you can keep doing that for as long as you need to, but you can't do that for the big bad. Luckily, we haven't had to do that this game so far, and it's quite common that does happen. Okay, so that was the final action. So the monster of the week will activate, they're not present. So the soldiers will activate first. So this soldier capture a demon here. And then those that haven't done anything will get removed. And then all the buddies will move. So these 2 will move. I think they'll go to the townies over a soldier. So this vampire will move to here. Demon moves twice. Demons are faster. They'll go to unprotected townies rather than protected townies. Demon moves here and that vampire moves there. Then we'll look to see if anything activates. These don't activate. These don't. A demon gets placed in the woods here. The big bad, a vampire at each clue location, which is a shame because it means we can't rescue that townie, and then this becomes unstunned. So we now go into the final stages of the game, where the big bad will be revealed at some point in this turn, I think. So I need to get rid of, save some townies, because there's 1, 2, 3 townies. There's a demon about to go on that track as well. So Faith's first action, she is going to, I think I'm going to need some stakes at some point here. So Faith is going to move to the initiative base as her first action. Sorry. Yeah, she will go there. Because I need to do 2 things there. Dawn is going to move to here. Faith is going to take 2 weapons. Sorry, these should have been shuffled in at the end of the previous phase or round. But she gets to take 2 weapons. 1, 2. For Dawn's second action, she's going to use a special ability where she can move all baddies to her location that are adjacent. So she's going to move to there. These will all move. You can tell what I'm going to do in a second. What happens now is I have to, because it's a special ability, draw an event card where a vampire lurks at the vineyards. A demon terrorizes the magic box. And if there are any demons adjacent to a character, they move to that location. Well, there aren't. Military card next. A soldier goes to the military compound here, and a demon terrorizes the port. Each character sharing a location with a soldier must discard 1 weapon, and we're not, so we're safe there. I think I'm going to have to start rescuing some townies this turn. So for an action, Faith will move to here. For an action, Dawn will move to here. For a special action, I'm going to slay any 2 baddies using this bit here. So I'll slay these 2 vampires. And I use this ability here, not my special ability, so I don't have to draw a card to see if that townie dies, but I do have to draw an event card, which says there is a vampire at Sunnydale High, and a townie at the cemetery, which is the cemetery I drew every single vampire within range to. Place this card beside the game board until the end of the round. Demons deal an additional wound when they attack a character. And that's exactly why I went here to rescue this. And there's a demon there, so I'm going to pay for that. I think Dawn's actually should be on her 4th turn now. And she's going to fight to rescue this townie using this ability. So that's it for that turn. Soldiers, so this one here moves up. There are no other soldiers with demons next to them, so that one stays because he killed a demon. This one doesn't do anything. So baddies, this townie gets moved to here. I take wounds here. So each baddie causes a wound, so I actually take 3 wounds here. 2 for the demon and 1 for the vampire. And then they all move, so these 2 will stay here. This one moves here. Yeah, I think I'll draw all these ones into here. And that one moves 1. And this one will move here as well. Now I'll look to see if any of these activate. They don't. This does, so another vampire goes here. So this is a huge area of baddies. So we're going to have to do something about that with Faith in a second, I think. At the end of each round, spawn 1 vampire. And we'll put them in the catacombs. Anytime a townie is killed in an area, the townie, but there weren't any that round. Right, so Dawn becomes the first player. So the first thing Dawn is going to do is she's going to move to here. Faith will also perform a move action to here. Dawn will use her special ability to move all baddies in adjacent locations to her location. So this is why I moved here. So I get all of these move. This one, all of these move. So there are loads of baddies there. We have to draw an event card. A vampire lurks at Sunnydale High. We haven't got any vampires, in fact we haven't got any baddies left at all. They're all on the board. But a townie does go to Rosedale Cemetery. If there are any vampires and demons sharing a location with each other, move them to separate locations, player's choice. That really sucks. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put the demons up here. And I'll put all the vampires. In fact, I'm going to put all the vampires here. Oh, that didn't work out as well as I wanted to. That is a really crappy card to receive at this time. Military action. Soldier goes to Kingsman's Bluff. A townie needs help at the military compound. Move 1 soldier towards the nearest demon. So we'll put it down here. So as a second action, Faith's going to have to move here. I have to be careful about that capture track. So Dawn's third action is going to move here. Faith is going to use her special ability to slay all baddies at this location, which would have been nice if I could have had those 4 demons as well. So they're all slayed. I have to draw a card. I've got a triangle symbol, which is a triangle symbol here, which means that this townie dies. Event card. I haven't got any demons, so I can't do that. I've got loads of vampires, so I've just killed them all. Lurks at the bronze. Draw an additional event unless all characters with items discard one item. No, I won't do that. I'll draw an additional event. A vampire lurks at the mansion here. I haven't got any demons. If there are any townies sharing a location with each other, move them to separate locations. So these will move. Military action. A soldier assaults the Sunnydale port, and a townie needs help at the charters, overland charters here. If there's currently one soldier sharing a location with a demon, add it to the track. So looks like we're gonna have to sort that out immediately. So what we can do now is, as this action, we can remove one demon from here. And for a final action here, Faith is going to search, which means we've searched all the clues. The third plot, which is at the end of each round, spawn one vampire. So we can start attacking the big bad. They appear at Hellmount. What happens now is every time we draw an event card, this big bad will activate depending on what it says on the card. Then we need to check for every 2 vampires in the game. So how many vampires are we've got 1, 2, 3. 3 vampires, so I'll make one event check. It's a hex symbol, as it includes here, so we add one townie to here. That's the end of the turn. We will then go through. None of these activate. The demon goes at the top here. You don't need to do this because there's no clue tokens left. At the end of the round, a vampire spawns. Spawn a vampire. Here. We have to spawn another vampire as well. So we'll go to Westfield Cemetery for this one. We can then, soldiers don't do anything, so luckily they've gone. And then everything moves. So these will move to here. This one will move to here. The big bad doesn't move. There we go. So with these items, we don't have any of them. So we don't need we've got holy water, but we need garlic. We don't have garlic. We don't have a cross, so we'll have to start doing that. So Faith, go first. She's going to move to here. Dawn is going to move to here. That'll be her first action. Faith is going to use her special ability to try and, well, she's going to kill all of these. Now we have to draw a card. It's a hex. We are safe. We don't kill the townie. Event card first. A demon terrorizes Sunnydale High, which is here. A vampire lurks at the cemetery with all the others. Move one demon towards the nearest townie. This demon will move to here. Now, then we look at the last card we drew was a hex. So we look at the ability of the master, and the hex here says spawn one vampire per character evenly distributed amongst the cemeteries. So I will put one here, and another one there. Now we do the military card. A soldier assaults the military compound, and a townie needs help in the woods next to that demon. Each character sharing a location with a soldier must discard a weapon, but we're not. It's Dawn's second action. She's going to take 2 stakes. Here's 1. 2. Okay, Faith's turn. She will remove 2 wounds from the track. That's the ability here. Dawn is going to, She's going to move to here for her third action. Faith, again, is going to remove 2 wounds. So we can move these down. Final action. She's going to take, in fact, instead of moving to here, sorry, a previous action, I'll move her to there. Now I'll use a special ability to slay any 2 baddies. I'll slay this one and this one. Because I've used a special ability here says slay any 2 baddies. A vampire lurks at Resterfield Cemetery. A townie needs help in the mansion here. Replace any 1 townie on the board with a vampire. Ah, good. I can do that one. Now, because we've drawn an event card, we have to do what it says on the Master's card here. And it says that we have to add a townie to the Apocalypse track unless 1 character gets rid of an action. So I think Faith is going to get rid of an action. So she loses an action for the rest of the game. Military card. A soldier assaults the woods. And a townie needs help at the port. If there are any soldiers adjacent to 1 or more demons, move them to that location. There aren't, so we're quite lucky there. Although I think I may have not put a demon there in the last round. I can't remember if it's because I had none or I forgot. So that's the end of the turn. So the soldiers will activate. There are no demons for them to capture and get removed. Baddies will then move. None around any townies, but we can, so these will move to, you'll move these up here. This demon will actually move to there, and these 2 will move to here too. There are none of these to activate. I have to put a demon there. At the end of each round, spawn 1 vampire at Hellmouth, or I'll put them at the Catacombs, I think. And this one says, at the end of each round, spawn 1 vampire at 1 of the cemeteries. Again, I'll put one there, I think. This card can be discarded. So, Dawn gets first turn. Now she's going to move over to here. That's her first action. Faith is going to use her special ability. Actually, no, she won't. She will. So I don't want to kill that townie. She's going to move. No, she'll use her weapon to fight the demon. Dawn is going to attempt to fight the Master. So we've got holy water and a stake, which this Holy Bible can mimic, or we've got these 2 here. So she is going to use the 2 stakes, so she has to get rid of them. And I need one of these 2 symbols here. I take top card from the event deck. It's an Ankh symbol, which means we successfully destroyed one of those cards. So they've got 2 more left we need to do, but we need some holy water. We need crosses. Faith is then going to move to here. Dawn is also going to do a move action to here. Faith will use her weapons to attack this demon, save the townie, but because it's a special action, we have to add a demon to Rosedale Cemetery, so we just moved it from there and put it here really. And a vampire. We haven't got any vampires to add to the university, so we don't do that. If no characters are evil, choose one to become evil. I don't want to choose one to become evil. I think I'm going to choose Faith to become evil, so she has to follow this on her next turn. That card we just played had that symbol, so we need to follow the symbol here, which is add a townie to the track or discard an item each. I don't want to discard an item, so I have to add a townie to the track. And the military is add a soldier to the mansion here, and a townie needs help at the port. Here, I need to a soldier assaults the location with the most baddies as well. And that's easily going to be up here. So Dawn will slay any two baddies. Now we're going to slay these two, but then it leaves a demon here as well. But I think if I slay these two, all these are going to come to here anyway. Yes, I'll slay this one and this one. Special action, event card, vampire. I haven't got any vampire, yes I do, at the magic box. And a townie needs help in the vineyards. One demon moves towards the nearest townie. I don't think I've got any demons on the board, have I? No, so that's okay. But we have the symbol here. And for this, all vampires move one. So these are going to move to here. All of these vampires will move to here. Now military action. Soldier at the city hall. And a townie needs help in the woods. Right, so I have to follow all of these. None of these activate. After monster activation, if there's unprotected townie here, move it to the crypt, that will move. After monster activation, a demon gets added there. Which really means you can't rescue townies from this area because there's always going to be a demon there at that point. A vampire will spawn. I don't have any vampires to spawn, and I can't do it here because I have no vampires to spawn either. Oh, it says here, sorry, I missed this bit. Replace any one townie in the outskirts with a soldier. I'll use this one. There we go. So, first player. So Faith's first action, she has to become, you do an evil card, so she'll draw. This match the symbol, it says choose 2 items for non-evil characters to discard. That is really evil. So this gets discarded from the game, and I have to get rid of these. So that's made life really difficult now. I think that should have been shuffled in. So that's wasted one of her 3 actions. Dawn's turn. Well, that should have been rescued actually. So Dawn is going to move to here, followed by Faith. Dawn will use her special ability. Sorry, that one should have gone there. Dawn will use her special ability to get all baddies to move an adjacent space to here. An action card. Soldier goes to the residence, and a townie needs help here. Replace any one townie in the city of Sunnydale with a soldier. So I'm going to place this townie with a soldier. That card, so that was the military action. I should have done the event. The event card is a demon terrorizes the mansion here. The vampire goes to, I've got no vampires left, so I can't put one at someone's residence. If there's currently at least one vampire sharing a location with a character, add 1 wound to the wound track. Well, there are lots. We just shifted them all there. We have this hex symbol, and the hex symbol on the master says spawn 1 vampire per character at the cemeteries. We have no vampires, so we're okay there. So Faith's special ability gets her to remove all of these. But now we have to draw 1 vampire at the mansion up here. Townie needs help here. If there's one location with at least a vampire showing a location with a character, there isn't, so we don't need to add a wound. That was the hex symbol. So we spawn 1 vampire per character at a cemetery. So we will spawn them here and here. Military card. Soldier assaults the bronze. Townie needs help at the military compound. And if there's any soldiers sharing a location with each other, move them to separate locations. I think that's at any place where they're sharing. So Dawn now needs holy water and crosses. So she's going to move to here. And then for her last action, what I didn't do was the master ability, sorry, when Faith used her special ability. So each character will lose an item unless you place a townie here. So for the third action, Dawn will draw 3 items, which are holy water, a cross, and garlic. I think 2 of them, yeah, those 2 can be used for here, fighting here. So that's the end of their turn. Firstly, this demon will kill a townie. No other townies there. Sorry, I lied. This soldier will disappear. So will this one. Ones that can't do anything. Do the soldiers first. Now this demon will kill a townie. All the baddies move. So these 2, oh, this one will disappear. This gets killed by the vampire actually. If this vampire moves down here, all of these will move to here, and these will move to here. None of these activate. This one doesn't activate because there's already a demon there. We have to add a vampire. We'll add it to the catacombs, and we have to spawn one at a cemetery somewhere. We'll go to here. Right, so Dawn becomes the first player. Her first action is to move to Hellmouth. She's going to fight the big bad again. Oh, sorry, this one should have died as well. Getting at the end of the round. Faith is going to move to here. Actually, what does she need? Faith, we need some more holy water. She's going to move to here. Second action for Faith is she is going to fight the big bad with holy water and the garlic. So if we get rid of those, in fact those should have been shuffled in at the end of the round. So we now need to draw from the event deck, hoping it's one of these 2 symbols. And yes, we've got the symbol here, so that's excellent. So we now have a second hit. So we need 1 more hit to win the game. It's going to be close. We've only got 5 health here and only 2 on the capture track, and that So Faith is going to use the location ability here, and she needs 2 holy water. 1, 2. So she'll keep those. So for Dawn's third action, she is able to, she's going to use this location ability here. It says choose a baddie and move it to an adjacent location. I'm going to move this vampire over here. Faith is going to do a move action to here. She is then going to give both holy waters to Dawn. Now we have to do a special, it's a special ability she's used, even though it's a move action. So we have to draw an event card. And it says, a vampire lurks at the magic box. A townie needs help at the vineyards. And 1 vampire moves towards the nearest townie. I'll do that here, looks like these are going to die anyway. Now we have the triangle symbol here. And on the master card it says, all vampires move. So it's going to move anyway. So move 1. I'll move these up to here. Don't think there are any else. Nope. We then have to draw a military action. A soldier assaults here. A vampire lurks at the overland charters. See, what we're doing now is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 townies with 5 spots left, unprotected. Replace any 1 townie in the Sunnydale outskirts of the soldier. Goes here. Right. Dawn's final action. So we have to get rid of water and a cross. And we are looking for one of these 2 symbols, the triangle with the eye or the hex. And the final action for Dawn, she's used a special action. And we need to draw the event, and we need to match these symbols. I'm trying to think if I can do anything else first in case I make a mistake. I'll go for it. And we've done it. It's the eye symbol which matches. Master is dead. Faith and Dawn have saved Sunnydale. It's come pretty close. But nevertheless, we've won. That was using the variant rules in the rule book that suggest you can, soldiers don't make it onto the apocalypse track. You can start with an artifact each, which I did think helped. I think maybe more than 3 or 4, maybe 5 soldiers did get removed due to baddies, which could have caused us to end sooner. And you can't remove townies or soldiers from the apocalypse track. We are 2 spaces clear of the capture track as well. Yeah, so that was a good victory. Very happy with that. That was tough. But I like the fact that it's tough because it makes me now want to go and play it again with different characters, different monsters of the week, and a different big bad. So let's take a quick review. And that's a complete playthrough, and I won. Now, looking back, I think there are some small mistakes that weren't rectified, but I don't think this would have affected the outcome. Now, the game is really fun with a pandemic style feel where you're always on the verge of being overrun. You have to plan ahead, but as you can see from my game, you always need a backup as the event cards can really screw you over. The expansion for this is a must-have as it has many more elements to the game with a total combo of all these. You have all of these characters, all of these big bads, and all of these monsters of the week. Now, this has a really high replay value as you have loads of characters, plus only 3 monsters of the week will show up. Now, I've played this loads and loads of times, and there are still some that I've come across yet. I think there's one that even forces everyone to sing everything they say, or you're punished in some way. In my playthrough, I didn't even activate all the locations, or ones that allow you to swap in characters during the game. So if you like your challenging co-op games with lots of moving parts, or just a big fan of Buffy in general, this is the perfect game for you. This is NinjaGeek Games. Thanks for watching. Cheers.